Hey there, everyone. Today, I've got some fantastic phrases to share with you that will enrich your everyday conversations. So, let's jump right in. 1. Get triggered by someone, something. Ever heard the phrase, get triggered by someone, something? It's a super informal way to describe when someone becomes emotionally upset or agitated because of a particular person, thing, or situation that reminds them of a painful experience or sensitive issue. Let's take a look at some real-life examples. She gets triggered by any mention of her ex-boyfriend because their breakup was really painful for her. He gets triggered by loud noises because he has post-traumatic stress disorder from his time in the military. I didn't mean to trigger her by bringing up that topic. I had no idea it was such a sensitive issue for her. Every time he sees someone mistreating an animal, he gets triggered and feels the need to speak out against it. The movie's graphic violence and intense scenes triggered memories of his own traumatic experience, causing him to leave the theater. So, when someone says they got triggered, it means they had a strong emotional reaction because something reminded them of a past negative experience or sensitive issue. 2. Have someone's back. Now, let's chat about having someone's back. This phrase means supporting, protecting, or defending someone, especially during tough times. It's all about loyalty and being there for someone when they need it most. Here are some examples to illustrate. Don't worry, I'll always have your back when you need help with your school projects. In a good team, everyone should have each other's backs, ensuring mutual support and success. Even in the face of criticism, Sarah always has her friend's back and defends her choices. It's crucial for a manager to have their employees' backs, offering support and guidance in challenging situations. When they faced adversity, their family was always there to have their backs and provide emotional support. Having someone's back means standing by them through thick and thin, offering your support and protection when they need it most. 3. Draw the line at something. Next up, let's explore drawing the line at something. This expression means setting a limit or boundary that you're not willing to cross or tolerate. It's about knowing your principles, values, and personal boundaries. Here are some practical examples. I'll help you out with your homework, but I draw the line at doing it for you. You need to learn on your own. In our relationship, we've agreed to be open and honest, but we both draw the line at sharing details about our previous romantic partners. As a parent, I want to be supportive, but I have to draw the line at allowing my teenager to stay out past midnight on a school night. The company encourages employees to work hard, but they draw the line at expecting people to work overtime without compensation. Drawing the line at something means defining a clear limit or boundary beyond which you won't go because it goes against your principles or values. 4. It's good to know. Lastly, let's wrap up with, it's good to know. This simple phrase is used to express that you find information or knowledge valuable or reassuring. It's a great way to show appreciation when you've learned something new. Check out these examples. A friend tells you a shortcut to avoid traffic on your way to work. Thanks for the tip. It's good to know about that shortcut. Someone informs you about a change in the schedule for an event you're attending. Oh, they moved the meeting to 2 p.m. It's good to know. I'll adjust my plans accordingly. Your coworker shares a piece of information about an upcoming project. I wasn't aware of that. It's good to know the latest updates on the project. When you say, it's good to know, you're expressing your gratitude for the valuable information or knowledge you've received. And there you have it. Whether you're discussing emotions, offering support, setting boundaries, or expressing appreciation for information, these phrases will make your conversations even more engaging. Thanks for tuning in.
Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Joe.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Now today we're going to be talking about plant-based diets.
Yeah.
Okay? And the subtitle is very interesting. Some people get triggered by vegan.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Power English, all the dialogues, titles, it's very native.
Yes, it is.
It's kind of hard. Okay? But these words are really trending.
Yes.
Trigger. If you are triggered, Trigger,
Yes.
by something, triggered by something, what does this mean?
It means that you hear something or see something and it makes you scared, sad, hurt. And originally this was used to talk about maybe issues, crimes, or trauma that happens in people's lives that whenever the topic comes up, they feel very bad.
Yeah.
Very understandable.
Right.
Because there are many bad things in the world.
Right.
Now, people have taken some things that maybe are inconvenient or uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
But not necessarily like
Traumatic.
trauma. Yeah, it's not traumatic. But now they use it to be like, oh, I'm triggered. Trigger warning.
Yeah.
So there is a very serious use of this word.
Yeah.
And then there is a much more... it's kind of become a societal issue, an issue in society now.
Right.
In the West.
So trigger here, if you're triggered by vegan, the word vegan, it means that you're very uncomfortable with this.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have a kind of like reaction.
Yeah.
A bad reaction. Okay? All right. Now, if you have someone's back, what does this mean?
It means that you're going to protect them or defend them. If something bad happens, you will support them.
Okay. Draw the line at something.
This means this is my limit. I won't go any further. If you cross this line, I will be angry, I will attack, or I will, end a conversation, end a relationship.
Okay, this is my limit right here. All right, let's go ahead and listen to our dialogue.
I haven't seen you out with your friends lately. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. But a few of them get triggered by the word vegan and insist on telling me I'm hurting myself by not eating meat.
Just keep doing what feels best for you. If they can't respect that, then they aren't real friends.
Thanks. It's good to know you've got my back.
I'll always support you, but I draw the line at eating tofu.
No problem, Jimmy.
Okay, here we go. Jimmy says, I haven't seen you out with your friends lately. Is everything okay? Okay, so, hey, you're not going out with your friends.
Yeah.
And Maggie says, yeah, I'm fine. But a few of them get triggered by the word vegan and insist on telling me I'm hurting myself by not eating meat.
How common is this situation in the United States?
Yes, this is a very cultural thing because in America, it's like, are you kidding me? 고기, 한우, give it to me. Everyone's up for hanú, kind of. Maybe not so much these days. But generally, though, in America, it's very extreme.
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, this whole concept of getting triggered by something has gone from something very, being considerate about someone who's had real trauma in their life. And now it just means I don't agree with their opinion.
Right.
And now I'm mad about it.
Yes.
So, it is something I personally have had to deal with friends and family, where I think normal people, I say normal, most of the time people wouldn't be angry about it, but sometimes people get triggered by small things.
Certain subjects.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like this one. So a few of Jimmy's or Maggie's friend, they got triggered by the word vegan.
Yeah.
So when they heard the word vegan, they were not happy.
Yeah. It's like they hear the word vegan and
yeah.
It's just like a automatic reaction. They get angry,
right?
Or they feel they need to say something.
Yeah. Yeah. And what they're saying is they insist on telling me I'm hurting myself by not eating meat.
Yeah.
So it immediately her friends are like, you have to eat meat or you're going to die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they insist on telling her.
Yeah.
INSIST. Insist. That's our power vocab.
Insist means to make sure to do an action. So this is the feeling of the friends could just say nothing. They could be quiet.
Yeah.
But no, they have to say something.
But the way they say it is not like, oh, are you sure? It's not like this.
No.
No.
It's like, you are destroying your body
by
not eating meat.
Yes, you're going to break your bones.
You're the problem with this country. Like, it just becomes like this huge issue over something. I'm not a vegan. I love meat. You love me.
Yeah.
But I would never tell a vegan.
Yeah.
You are destroying our nation.
Right. That's right.
But that is sometimes what these conversations where people get triggered. End up going to.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't want to talk about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what does Jimmy say?
Just keep doing what feels best for you. If they can't respect that, then they aren't real friends.
Yeah. I mean, if you're a true friend, would you be like, you know, triggered and say, you have to eat meat?
I mean, I personally wouldn't.
Yeah.
But this is one of those things. If you have a real belief in something. Like, for example, if I found out a friend was using an illegal substance, like using drugs.
Yeah.
I would insist on saying something.
That's right. Right.
So I think it has to deal with what your values are with this. Ugh.
It's very sticky.
Yeah, very difficult to find out what to do. Yeah.
Maggie says, thanks. It's good to know you've got my back. We've got two things here. Our power pattern, it's good to know.
Yes.
Why do you say it's good to know?
So it's good to know means I feel better knowing this.
I feel better.
Yeah,
okay.
I feel calmer. Like it relieves me.
That's right.
Right?
Right. So it's good to know what? You've got my back.
Yes.
So if somebody has your back, what does this mean? I like this.
So the meaning that we use it mostly is you're supporting someone if you get attacked.
Yeah.
They are going to help defend you, right?
Yeah.
And it does kind of come from, you know, like movies where it's like two people against an entire crowd fighting.
Right.
And they stand back to back.
Yeah.
So you can focus on one side.
Yeah.
Because someone has your back.
Yes.
They're defending your back.
Yeah.
Literally.
It's kind of, you know, Korean people like the word 의리, like loyalty.
Uh-huh.
You know, like it's kind of the idea like, no matter what, I've got you. You know, like being very faithful to your friend. And so I feel like this expression, oh, I've got your back, means I'm going to be there for you no matter what.
Yeah. That's the first time I've heard 의리 in that way.
Yeah.
I usually hear 의리. Yes. That's the only way I've heard the word in Korea. 의리. Okay.
All right, Cameron.
Yes.
I've got your back.
I've got your back too, Kristen.
Okay. What does Jimmy say?
I'll always support you, but I draw the line at eating tofu.
Okay, I draw the line at something. Okay? Now, Jimmy says, okay, I'm totally rooting for you. I support you. But he has a condition.
Yeah.
What is that?
He draws the line at eating tofu. So he's saying my limit is tofu. Apparently, Jimmy does not like tofu.
Yes.
And it is very much seen in the U.S. That, like, you only eat tofu if you're a vegetarian or a vegan.
Well, it's because of the protein factor.
Right.
Yeah.
But like in Korea, you can eat tofu and meat.
Oh, for sure.
But in America,
together.
for some reason, you have to make the choice.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
People are like, why would I eat tofu? I'm a meat eater.
Right.
That is the feeling. So he's drawing the line. He's like, I will support you, but don't make me eat tofu.
Yeah, it's, you know, Korean people may not know this, but, you know, tofu is so much part of our food, you know, culture. But in America, only a very selected few people used to eat tofu.
Yeah.
But now more and more vegans eat it because they say that it's a healthy source of protein, right? So it's kind of become very trendy.
Yeah. Tofu burgers.
Yeah.
tofu fried rice.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I haven't seen you out with your friends lately. Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. But a few of them get triggered by the word vegan and insist on telling me I'm hurting myself by not eating meat.
Just keep doing what feels best for you. If they can't respect that, then they aren't real friends.
Thanks. It's good to know you've got my back.
I'll always support you, but I draw the line at eating tofu.
No problem, Jimmy.
Okay, it's time for Power Note. We're going to do a quick review on pages 46 and 47. So this word is a big word these days, to get triggered, Triggered, by something or someone means it's kind of like to have kind of you're stressed or uncomfortable by something or someone.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like talking about my ex-boyfriend. It makes me really upset.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you got so triggered by Jack.
Okay.
So I think this is a somewhat understandable situation to get triggered.
Sure.
You maybe had a bad breakup with Jack.
Right.
And thinking about him just makes you feel awful.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So maybe too, he could have been emotionally or verbally abusive.
Yeah.
Gaslighting all the time.
Yeah.
So you're like, don't talk about it.
Yeah, don't talk about it
It's
at
like,
all.
it almost gives you a heart attack. Okay. The orphan was triggered by the mention of his deceased parents. So the orphan, the child, his parents both passed away.
Yeah.
So if you mention mom or dad, he gets triggered. So these two examples are very much, used in the original context.
Yeah.
Trauma, something terrible happened. And when you hear it or when you see it, it just makes you really stressed.
Yes. Yeah, another situation where this would be in the more original sense is like a soldier.
Yes.
Who maybe had a bad experience during a war.
PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD. The trauma that they get fighting in a war.
Right.
And they go back home and something just
triggers.
Puts them back in war mode.
Right.
That would be triggering to them.
Yeah, and this is an interesting word because like you said, trigger it originally was used to trigger the gun.
Yeah, the gun, like the thing
trigger.
you pull with your finger is called the trigger.
Right.
It's something that's just so automatic.
That's
it puts you back.
That's right.
But nowadays, depending on your political views, it's considered used very lightly nowadays.
Right.
And so it can be used something from very serious to, I feel kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm triggered.
Yeah.
On both sides of the political spectrum, the ideas, it is maybe used a little too lightly.
Yeah, okay. Now, if you have someone's back, it means you're willing to defend or support someone. And the Korean version of the actor in the sunglasses is... Yeah, that's right.
It is kind of has that feeling.
I'm afraid I'm going to get fired if I complain about being forced to work Sundays.
Don't worry. Everyone here has your back on this. If you go, we go.
Wow, that's some team spirit, huh?
Yeah.
It's kind of like if they let you go, if they fire you, I'm going to go too. That's some serious udi.
Yeah.
Okay, to have someone's back. If he starts any trouble, I've got your back.
Yes. So this is obviously talking about supporting someone, defending someone.
Right.
But there is a little bit extra of a feeling of, I'm doing it because of our relationship.
Oh, sure.
Or I'm doing because it's the right thing.
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of loyalty.
That's right. It's the
involved with
loyalty.
it.
Absolutely. So, I don't know. For me personally, that's really important because I'm a very loyal friend. So, when someone is a good friend, it's a friend that's going to be loyal too. Yeah. I think that's really important in a friendship for me.
Yeah, I think that if you good friendships or good dating or marriages, you have to have each other's back.
Yeah.
Because you're in a hopefully permanent relationship with them.
Right, that's right. Now, but of course, would you use this with like your children or your parents, like your family? I don't really.
I mean, possibly there
Yeah.
are some situations.
Uh-huh.
I have your back.
I'll have your back. But I feel like it's already understood that they have your back,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But I guess in a very particular situation, they could, as kind of words of cheering or encouragement, say, okay, don't worry, we all have your back.
Yeah.
You know, the whole family has your back.
Yeah, yeah.
In that way, I think that could work.
Mhm.
Now, if you draw the line at something, it means that you have a personal limit or boundary. Okay? Let's climb the fence and go swimming later tonight.
Sorry, I draw the line at trespassing.
Okay, so
Trespassing
is what?
Trespassing is when you go into somewhere that you are not supposed to.
Okay.
So someone's house, some school that's closed down.
That's right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So here, it's kind of like, all right, climb the fence, swimming. I like those things. But if you climb the fence to an area where you're not supposed to be, the person is saying, okay, I like to have fun in the evening and do kind of fun stuff, but I draw the line at trespassing.
Yeah.
So I'll do all these other things, but that's my limit.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
So this might be like in America, like your neighbor has a pool, has a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And you know that they're on vacation.
Oh.
So you like sneak into their backyard.
Oh my gosh.
And
You
go
could
swimming
do that.
Without them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I guess you could do that.
Yeah.
My mother could accept some bad behavior, but she drew the line at lying. Oh yeah.
Lying, never
Lying,
good.
never good. So it's kind of like, oh, you know, they come home late at night. They do like little naughty things, bad things. But lying?
Nope.
No. Absolutely. Okay, power pattern. It's good to know.
I'm relieved. That gives me comfort.
All right. Makes me feel better. It's good to know that it isn't going to rain during our vacation.
걱정했는데, 다행이다.
됐다.
네. It's good to know that the company is paying for your medical expenses.
Oof. Thank goodness.
Hallelujah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Power vocab today is insist.
Yes.
Do check out the definition on page 48. Let's thank our sponsor.
한국토익위원